Hi, you guys. This is Misty with Cancerian Chronicles. Welcome or welcome back. We are going to go ahead and start off with some channeled messages, which could be for one of you, some of you, or none of you. I don't know. But let's go ahead and get started with that. And then we're going to go ahead and jump into the actual card reading. So while I was meditating, I heard the word seaweed. I didn't really know what that was about or who that was for. So I did a little bit of research, and I also should backtrack and say I was shuffling these cards. I already put it back, but the abundance card came out of this deck. And so the spiritual meaning for seaweed, so I feel like this is actually for could be for a couple of people or a couple of groups of people. So the first one, it has to do with, like, if you're someone who does some type of workings, you know, maybe you do some type of magic or manifestation, or, you know, I don't know if this is something that you would do with candle work, or, I mean, I have no idea, you guys. I just heard the word seaweed and I looked it up. And one of the reasons, or one of the benefits of seaweed, does have something to do with abundance and prosperity. And it says, in many coastal traditions, seaweed is seen as a gift from the ocean, a symbol of abundance and provision. Some use dried seaweed in prosperity rituals or money bowls. So if you have like some type of ritual or money bowl, then you may want to sprinkle a little bit of seaweed. I'm hearing the, you know, just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. So there's something to do with that. And also, while I was meditating, I kept hearing under the sea. So you could have, like, you know, some type of connection to, like, the sea, the ocean life, you know, mermaids, sirens, you know, something like that. I mean, I don't know. So again, that's for one of you, some of you, or none of you. Now, another thing that I wanted to know was, like, you know, if this is about someone who needs to, like, the guidance is for you to consume seaweed, I wanted to know, like, under what circumstances would this be beneficial for anyone? And you guys, I'm going to go ahead and do the disclaimer. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not like a health coach or whole, you know, I'm not one of those coaches. This is just like FYI. So do your own due diligence and your own research. But I was guided to, there were several reasons why someone would want to consume you know, seaweed, but I feel like this is for someone who you have actually made up your mind to start consuming, like, a vegan or more plant-based diet. If you're past, like, just making that decision, you've already jumped in, and maybe you are you feel like something is missing. Maybe there's something to do with, like, feeling sluggish. I mean, I have no idea. But it says seaweed is a good plant source of omega-3s and B12 in some varieties, to help prevent deficiencies common in plant-based eaters. So for some of you guys, this has something to do with, you know, making sure that you're getting all of your, you know, nutrients and vitamins or something like that. Okay. And then I was also hearing something about a Mediterranean diet. So if someone is wondering, like, what diet they should, like, so the vegan one, like, you've already decided that's the life, or that's the lifestyle that you want to live. That's the diet that you want to, you know, consume. But there is, like, a message for someone who might be kind of like on the fence, you know, or wondering, like, what would be the best diet, you know, for them. And again, I'm not a medical profession, so, you know, you want to, you know, I'm here and check the Carfax. You want to check your own facts or see what works for you. But you might know that this is for you if you are, what I was guided to specifically with this Mediterranean diet. There are several people who might want to consume this type of diet, but I'm guided to someone who is a woman in particular. You could be older, going through perimenopause or postmenopause. It says, due to its emphasis on healthy fats, antioxidants, and nutrient-dense foods, it helps support hormonal balance, bone density, and mood regulation. I'm also getting, for some of you guys, you may not be like perimenopausal or postmenopausal or anything like that. For some of you guys, this is just about you balancing your hormones, especially if you are thinking about I'm hearing half on a baby. So someone is thinking about, like they're ready to, delve into motherhood, like you're wanting to try to conceive or something to that effect, and you're having some issues with your hormones. I'm getting the sense of like, I'm hearing 6 to 8 months. So for someone, 6 to 8 months of like, being, I'm hearing, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. So 6 to 8 months of being true to your diet. Someone is going to actually see dramatic improvement. For some of you guys, you're going to be looking like so hot that you're going to kind of, rethink, wanting to have a baby. Because I feel like someone's going to look better than ever, baby, but you will go ahead and move forward with it. For someone, I feel like in the 6 to 8 month mark, you're actually going to find out that you are pregnant, like you're going to conceive, around that time. But it does have something to do with like the diet that you're consuming, leveling out your hormones or something like that. Okay. I'm hearing specifically PCOS for someone. Um, hmm. So I don't know. Someone also needs to make sure that their partner is consuming a healthy diet as well. I feel like whoever this message is for, like you might be older, you might be like this, you're going to be first time, parents or something to that effect. Like you're older and you guys decided that you want to, delve into parenthood. And it's not just about the woman. The male also has to be healthy, and consuming a healthy diet, so that they can have healthy swimmers. I mean, you could be the masculine watching, so that is important for someone. Any other messages? So that's what I got like during the meditation. Let's do a quick check-in to see if we have any other messages that need to come in before we start with a card reading. Any channeled messages? Any channeled messages? I'm getting a yes. Okay. And when I asked that question, I all of a sudden started to feel like my heart started to race a bit. So there's something to do with someone might be nervous or anxious about something that they're having to do or something that they're wanting to do. For some of you guys, this has something to do with a phone call. Either you're about to make a phone call or you're thinking about making a phone call. I was about to, be on the fence and say, or maybe you're making a phone call. I mean, maybe you're waiting on a phone call, but no, this is for someone who is, you're nervous because you want to call someone. I'm hearing reach out and touch somebody's hand. I don't know. So someone wants to make a phone call. What about this phone call? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? Someone needs to practice their speech, something that you want to share, or like that, whatever this message is that you're wanting to convey. I'm getting the sense of like someone needs to practice possibly in front of a mirror. You don't want to, I'm hearing the song. We can go something for something. We can go word for word. I mean, I don't know, but you don't want to practice it like word for word. I'm getting the sense of like someone needs to like note like what their key points or key issues are, and be prepared. I'm hearing be prepared. For some of you guys, this could have something to do with like a phone interview. And maybe someone is a little bit nervous about it. For someone, you might be, I don't know if you're doing like online dating, but you're going to meet someone for the first time. This has something to do with like getting to know someone a little bit better. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know if this is going to be, I'm shuffling, but we have baby and we have reconcile that came out. For someone, you're calling someone to let them know that you are with child. I don't know if you heard that. And someone is, I don't know if you're wanting to reconcile with someone or someone is going to want to reconcile. I'm not sure that I'm really getting the feeling that you want to reconcile, but this person that you're dealing with, like they may use that as a reason to want to reconcile. But if that's not what you're onto, that's not what you're into, that's not really what you want, you just want someone to be like involved in, you want your child to have both parents involved and that's it. Like, don't try to force things, because I feel like this person, this could be a person where they just want to use that as an excuse to get more control over you and over your life. Okay. Yeah. I feel like for someone was trying to get you pregnant anyway, so they're not going to be shocked or anything. You may be shocked, but they're not shocked. So I don't know who that's for. Anything else? So someone might need to kind of practice how to like let someone down softly or gently, because you don't want to move in with them, you don't want to get married, you don't like you don't want to do all of that stuff. It's more of like you just want to work on co-parenting and both of you guys being as involved as possible or something like that. Okay. Someone, yeah, I don't want to say like you're not ready for a relationship, but maybe you feel like that person isn't necessarily ready. And if that's your gut instinct, if that's what your instinct is telling you, I feel like you're right. So not to say that they'll never be ready, but I'm actually hearing that ship has sailed. So I feel like there's no coming back from, with whoever that person is. I don't know. But let's go ahead and any other channeled messages. I'm hearing you're going to do great. So whether this is about an interview or whether this is about a baby, you're going to do great either way. That's interesting. Okay, anything else? Any other? Yeah, I feel relieved. Anything else? Okay, that's it. So anyways, another card that came out while I was shuffling was Fame. So let's see, do we keep this? Is this part of our... We're going to go ahead and keep this one and see what else comes out. But we have Fame. Anything else? What do we need to know? So we're going to go ahead and jump into the card reading part of the messages. Be sure to hit that thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all of that good stuff. Thank you for being here. Okay, what do we need to know? What is this Fame about? We have do-over and we have thief. I don't know if you feel like an opportunity was taken from you, an opportunity was stolen from you. Maybe it has something to do with like you being in the spotlight. It may not necessarily be that someone stole it from you. Maybe I'm hearing comparison is the thief of joy or something like that. So, maybe you were comparing your life to someone else's life or your progress to someone else's progress. And so it kind of like stole your claim to fame. It stole your joy, whatever this was that was meant for you. And so for some of you guys, you're about to have like some type of do-over. Okay. This time I'm getting, this time around, don't worry about what other people are doing. It's almost like, I'm seeing someone that the guidance is for you to just, look straight ahead. Don't look around to see what other people are doing. What they're doing is really not your business, is essentially what I'm getting. Okay. Okay, what else? Messages for the collective. What else does the collective need to know? What do we need to know? Yeah, so we have purpose, and it flipped all kinds of crazy, but it's in... No, okay, it's not in reverse. It just flipped that way. So we have purpose, which says divine plan, choose your path, and then meaningful work. I'm really being guided to divine plan. So I really feel like, whoever you are, part of your plan, your life path, your course, or your purpose has something to do with you being in the spotlight. But... significant event. At the bottom is soulful. I'm being guided to a significant event. There could be something that's going to happen. For some of you guys, it has something to do with like you collaborating or you connecting with other people, and that is going to kind of put you back in the spotlight, or in the spotlight if you never really, were actually in it at the level that you felt you were meant to be. But I feel like, okay, going back to the comparison is the thief of joy. I feel like, maybe you started doing something, but you kept looking behind you, or like looking at what other people had going on, comparing yourself, comparing your life, and you started to, like not just make the comparisons, but you started to kind of I'm hearing falter, but you started to like pick up someone else's like habits, or pick up like what these other people were doing, but it wasn't a part of, I'm hearing, God's plan. It wasn't a part of your plan. It wasn't a part of your purpose. And so really it just kind of knocked you off course is what I'm getting. And so that's why the guidance is for you to like not pay attention to what other people are doing, not compare your life or your progress or your success to other people. Okay. And especially do not start, I'm hearing monkey see monkey do, not to say that you're a monkey, right? But don't start like mimicking or, doing what other people are doing because you think that they're doing something better than you. Okay. Yeah, we have intention that came out, which says set solid goals, make an action plan, and hold your vision. This is what I'm guided to, is that hold your vision. I feel like, you had a certain plan in place. You had your intentions set. You had your goals. You knew what you wanted something to look like. But then, there's this kind of like, fear that may have set in because you saw other people just were not doing things the way that you were doing them. But this is about this. I'm hearing me against the world, but I'm hearing this is you against yourself. This isn't about other people. This isn't about what other people are doing. Something is being placed on in your head and on your heart, for you to do things a certain way for a particular reason. Okay. At the bottom is zenith. It says high point, peak performance, and do your best. As long as you are doing your absolute best, that is all that matters with whatever this is, right? At the top is insight. It says look for signs, use your intuition, and you are right. I feel like the way that you were going about, your life or your plan, or whatever you were doing, it was the right way. You were doing it the right way, the way that you were meant to do it. And I feel like you were even receiving some type of signs that was showing you like, yeah, keep going, keep moving forward. But it's just kind of like someone just keeps looking over their shoulder, or looking at what someone else has going on. And I feel like that was just like a major that caused major delays with whatever this is that you had set for yourself. Okay, what else? What else? Anything else? Yeah, we have transform, which says profound change, rebuild your life, and new perspective. So I feel like someone needs to jump back in. And there's something to do with like maybe now you have a new perspective, or, I'm hearing, I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. So maybe now you can see clearly, like, where you went wrong or what you could do. I don't feel like there's anything that you could do better or different aside from being you, doing you, sticking to your actual plan, and not letting other people distract you or deter you from what you had already originally planned. At the bottom is wisdom. It says good advice, course of study and experience matters. I feel like people want to hear about your experiences, or people are learning from your experiences. And so that's why you don't need to focus on other people, but also you are learning from your own experiences, right? With this wisdom at the bottom. And at the top, we have that A for abundant, more than enough, comfortable, and financial gains. I feel like for some of you guys, you might notice that you're on the right track. Remember, I talked about you may see some signs or synchronicities or whatever. For some of you guys, it's like in just some of the most magical, or, maybe the weirdest or strangest ways, like your money just starts to go up. your financial, like you just start to receive financial blessings, and maybe just not in the way that, you know, you had planned or you had hoped or you had ever thought. I feel like this is beyond something that you can actually imagine, or like it's much greater or much bigger than what you can plan out for yourself. But just keep going with whatever this is that, you know, you want to do, or you know that you're meant to do. Let's see. I was planning on using this Light Seers. Let's see what else we get. We're just going to do... Okay, what... Ooh, geez. What else? What does the collective need to know? Yeah, we have the Two of Cups, which is union. So for some of you guys, what is this with the union? For some of you guys, I think I talked earlier about like collaborating or something to that effect. Hold on. I don't know. I just feel like for some of you guys, you are needing to open yourself up to like working with other people, or like joining forces with other people. I don't feel like this is about like love and romance. I feel like this has something to do with like your plan. I don't know if it was... For some of you guys, like for one of you, some of you, or none of you, I'm getting the sense of like someone, like you knew that you were supposed to, like, I don't know, maybe you received a download or some type of information that you were going to have a partner along your path, or you were going to partner with someone or someone's, or, you know, something to that effect. And so I'm getting the sense of like someone that keeps looking over their shoulder to see like who's going to unite with them, who's going to partner with them. And I don't feel like, you know, I feel like that's what slowed someone down. But yeah, I mean, confirmation, yes, you are going to unite or partner with someone. You're going to collaborate with someone. But I don't feel like this is going to be something that you can, you know, any, mini, money, mo. I don't feel like this is something that you're going to be able to predetermine by, you know, watching what other people are doing. I feel like this is something that is just like you're not going to be able to put two and two together. Like, I don't feel this person may not do anything that you do whatsoever, but there's something that they do that like complements you, or they're going to offer, for some of you guys, this is like a silent partner. So you wouldn't think that they would be interested in what you do at all, but they are. I keep being guided to, you know, with the cards that we have, you know, backwards, we have the T, and then we have I, and then we have P, which is a tip. I feel like someone is going to be, like there's going to be someone that's going to be more of like a mentor, more of a guide for you, but they're also going to have some type of resources um, that they're going to provide to you or for you, or, you know, I don't know. But either way, like whatever this is, even if this was a relationship, like, you know, you need to be, like we have the Temperance at the bottom, which is about patience. So you need to just be patient and let things, you know, let the chips fall where they may. At the top, we have the Queen of Cups, which says psychic sensitivity. I feel like when it's time, you're going to know, like you're not going to have to stop and watch people or stop and wonder. I feel like, you know, you're going to get the sign. You're going to know who it is that you're meant to, you know, work with, grow with, develop with, you know. Yeah. I'm hearing that song, Fame, I'm gonna live forever. I don't know if someone's a dancer. I think that was, I think they did dancing. It was like maybe a school, I don't recall. But we have the Four of Pentacles, which says holding on tightly. At the bottom, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is about generational security or wealth. And at the top, we have the Ace of Swords, which is about breakthrough. I don't know, I feel like something was passed on to you, like, you know, let's say it is dance, like, you know, maybe you have like, you know, family members, like they're all of your family or a lot of your family members, like that's something that's passed on where it's like they dance or something like that. You know, it doesn't have to be dance, but let's just use that as an example. And so it's like it's a gift that you have that is meant to be shared. It's a form of art, it's a form of expression, and it's also a way for you to build some type of wealth in your life or in your family. But I feel like, you know, maybe you're not really, like you're still holding on to the best parts of you for some reason, like you're not really giving of yourself, you know, the way that you should. Again, this could have something to do with like looking at other people, at what they have going on, like, you know, wanting to be like palatable, or, you know, not wanting to, you know, look so strange, or, you know, maybe you feel like what you do is way too far outside of the box, or, you know, something like that. I mean, I don't know. What else? What else? Oh, geez. Yeah, we have Queen of Pentacles, and it flew in reverse, which says smothering. It just feels like you are, I mean, back to holding on tightly, right? I mean, that's essentially whatever this is, like you're not letting something truly grow and develop. Look at that. At the bottom is a star, which is about inspiration. And yeah, underneath that, we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is slow growth. At the top is temperance, patience. I mean, maybe for some of you guys, like something was like really slow, like, you know, slow and steady. But remember that wins the like if this is something that you want to be sustainable, but I also feel like, you know, someone is like maybe ahead of their time, and so you have to allow people to kind of catch up. Okay, it's not that people don't like what you do. It's just like you need to give people time to catch up. You need to give, you know, give yourself time for, like, I don't know, for the word to get out about who you are, or what you do, or what you offer. Okay. Okay, I'm being guided to go ahead and wrap it up there. So I hope that this was helpful. This is Misty with Cancerian Chronicles. Again, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I love you. Have a beautiful and fantabulous rest of your day. Bye now. Mwah.